Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to take a look at the 2007 Mr. Olympia. Namely, we're going to take a look at the top two, which was Jay Cutler, who took the Olympia win, and Victor Martinez, who placed in a controversial second. At the Olympia, Jay Cutler came in considerably and very noticeably off, having a real lack of conditioning and a kind of thickening waist. Victor Martinez came in with really good conditioning and looked really polished at this show, and many believe he should have won. Just quickly before the video starts, if you guys could take a moment to like and subscribe, it would really make my day as I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So, in this video, I'm going to see if Jay Cutler rightfully deserved to win the 2007 Mr. Olympia, or if Victor Martinez was robbed of the Olympia title that year. The front double biceps pose is a good pose for Jay Cutler, but in my opinion, a better shot for Victor Martinez. Victor Martinez looks more symmetrical and has the smaller waistline, while Jay Cutler seems to have better flaring lats. Victor Martinez appears to be in better conditioning from the lower body because Jay Cutler appears to have a film of water covering his quads and his midsection. Taking a look at the arms, I'd probably say that Victor Martinez has the better set of guns. Jay Cutler just doesn't look too symmetrical throughout the biceps, and that's really throwing off his physique here. Now, I will say that Victor Martinez's arms aren't as conditioned. However, that still doesn't, lose him the point here because Jay Cutler's arms just don't look good. So, in my opinion, I'd probably give this pose to Victor Martinez because he has the better V taper and a better overall flow. The front lat spread once again exposes Jay Cutler's lack of conditioning. As you guys can clearly see, his chest and shoulders are not really striated. Victor Martinez has those striations in the chest and shoulders and overall looks more polished from head to toe. The quads look good for Jay Cutler, however, Victor Martinez has the better quad definition. Jay Cutler does have the striations though, which I really do like. Now, the midsections could go either way. Both of them have an equally as wide midsection in this shot. Jay Cutler has the clavicle width advantage, though, which does give him a better V taper. Victor Martinez does appear to be filling out this pose a bit better than Jay Cutler, though, and since Victor Martinez has the better conditioning and the better overall flow, in my opinion, I'm going to give Victor the point in the front lat spread. In the last pose, where we saw Jay Cutler's lack of conditioning throughout the shoulders and chest, we can clearly see that in the side chest pose, he doesn't have that many striations in the far pec, and the near shoulder doesn't really look all too good. On the other hand, we have Victor Martinez, who looks absolutely flawless in this shot. The midsection looks amazing with those abs popping out. The tricep is full, same with the brachialis and bicep. The shoulders are striated to a T, and so is the far pec. You really can't say anything negative about Victor Martinez here. He looks amazing. The only thing I would knock him on is having a rather lackluster hanging hamstring there, but for what it's worth, he definitely has more conditioning throughout the side legs, so he's beating Jay Cutler there too. Jay Cutler does have the mass advantage, in my opinion, in the upper body and the lower body, but without superior conditioning, he cannot stand to defeat, Victor Martinez here. So therefore, there really isn't much more to be said. Victor Martinez would be beating Jay Cutler in the side chest pose. The side tricep pose is one of Jay Cutler's best poses, and even though he wasn't really conditioned, in my opinion, he still looks great here. I mean, you can't knock on him. That midsection is flawless. The tricep itself is big, and the shoulder doesn't seem to be all too, bad. It looks pretty striated here. The side leg looks a bit better than it did in the side chest, and he looks pretty good here. But, I would be wrong in saying Jay Cutler would be winning here because when we look at Victor Martinez, his shoulder is just striated to a T. The tricep looks like perfection. And look at all that detail in the midsection. I mean, that is flawless, guys. And the side leg, while, the hamstring may not be as good as Jay Cutler's, it looks flawless as well. You really cannot touch Victor Martinez when you put the 2007 Jay Cutler next to him. So, therefore, I'm going to give Victor Martinez the point. He looks phenomenal, but Jay Cutler doesn't look bad either. The rear lat spread pose is a pretty decent pose for Jay Cutler, but in my opinion, this is a phenomenal pose for Victor Martinez. I mean, look at all the detail through the traps and the lower back area, the Christmas tree. Oh my goodness. Jay Cutler just doesn't have the Christmas tree detail. I mean, his back started to regress a little bit, even here, and you guys can clearly see that. He doesn't have the thickness and density in the lower back, but Jay Cutler definitely has the thickness and density advantage in the lats and in the traps. However, he lacks detail, which is something that Victor Martinez has in spades. The hamstrings for Victor Martinez appear to be just as conditioned, if not more polished, than Jay Cutler's, and Jay Cutler's glutes appear to be a little bit soggy, whereas Victor Martinez's look really crisp. For that reason alone, I'm going to give Victor Martinez the point because he looks so good here. He looks flawless in this shot, and even though Jay Cutler doesn't look bad to say, Jay Cutler just doesn't have that finished, polished look. So, therefore, Victor Martinez is going to take this pose because he has such a good presentation and looks phenomenal. In the rear double bicep shot, I actually think Jay Cutler may be doing enough to hold off Victor Martinez. Even though Jay Cutler doesn't have the best glutes here, his hamstrings look rock hard and his back looks really grainy now, a lot better conditioned than it did look in the rear lat spread. Victor Martinez looks good here, but guys, look at Jay Cutler's shoulders. They're so much bigger than Victor's here. And Jay Cutler just has a grainy, hard conditioning, like I said. I mean, it's just really phenomenal looking. Victor Martinez would definitely be winning in the arm department. As you guys can see, Jay Cutler's arms don't look too symmetrical here, but that could just be because of the way he's, snapping the shot. But, Jay Cutler's density and thickness throughout the back and upper body, coupled with those really insane looking hamstrings and pretty good calves, are going to take the point here. Even though Victor Martinez looks great, I think Jay Cutler's doing enough. There's definitely an argument to be made for Victor Martinez winning this shot, but in my opinion, I would pick Jay Cutler. Unfortunately, guys, I have a rather blurry and grainy picture here for the abs and thigh shot, but in my opinion, I think Jay Cutler is doing enough to defeat Victor Martinez in the abs and thigh shot, and I'll tell you guys why. His abdominal muscles look really conditioned here, and they look really separated, and they look good, even though, many people will say that they prefer, a more symmetrical six-pack like Victor Martinez. I've always liked Jay Cutler hitting the abs and thigh shot, and here he doesn't look all too bad, having really good flaring lats. But, Victor Martinez has a really good V taper, if not a better V taper than Jay Cutler. However, I do prefer the little details like the striations in the quad for Jay Cutler, and now it appears that Jay Cutler's quads are more separated than they appeared in other shots. Victor Martinez still has really good quads as well, and this could be up for debate. I mean, this is really for a preference of a person, right? Like, what do you prefer? I prefer Jay Cutler here. Someone else may prefer Victor Martinez. So, therefore, I'm going to pick Jay Cutler in the abs and thigh shot. For the last shot, the most muscular, they are hitting a rather similar yet different variation of the most muscular, but here it is very clear to see that, Victor Martinez has that conditioning advantage. Look at Jay Cutler's chest. There aren't any striations running through the pecs, whereas with Victor Martinez, there are striations for days through the shoulders, the chest, everywhere. The midsection on both men look really good here, and the quads look good for both as well. But the real difference is made in the arms. As you guys can see, there is no separation within like the brachialis bicep area for Jay Cutler. And on Victor Martinez, that area is flawless. I mean, Victor Martinez is really doing battle here, and he's defeating Jay Cutler in the most muscular shot, which is going to close out this comparison. To conclude this comparison, I will just summarize the results of the, competition. So I had Jay Cutler winning the rear double bicep shot and the abs and thigh shot, only two poses, where I had Victor Martinez winning the front double bicep, the front lat spread, the side chest, the side tricep, the rear lat spread, and the most muscular shots. I think the results of this comparison speak to my opinion, which is that Victor Martinez should have won the Olympia in 2007. Jay Cutler, he definitely had some amazing physiques back in the day, like the 2001 and 2009 Mr. Olympias or the 2002 Arnold Classic. However, 2007 really was not one of his, best packages. If not, it was one of his worst. And Victor Martinez was definitely robbed, in my opinion. And, many of you may think I hate Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler is one of my favorite bodybuilders of all time. And it's really unfortunate to see him, come in such bad conditioning and, lose to someone who definitely deserved to win the title that year. So if you guys had any differing opinions, please let me know down in the comments if you had Jay Cutler winning other poses or Victor Martinez losing some of them. So without, any more to say, I hope you guys liked the video. Please consider liking and subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And have a good rest of your day or night. Thanks for watching.